This new game-breaking buff will double your damage and allow you to one-phase any boss, and all it takes is for you to pick up this orb. Not only does this buff give you double damage, but it also stacks with buffs and debuffs, which is why you'll one-phase bosses. However, you are gonna have to unlock a few things to make this happen, but before I talk about this, I just really quickly wanted to say that if this video helps you out a lot, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Also, I live stream on Twitch almost every day where I run a bunch of raffles, especially Grandmasters. So if you'd ever like to come say hello and hang out, definitely go and check me out over there. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is go over to Ares' apartment, and right next to the slab is going to be a taken orb. Make sure you turn that one to ambition, which is also known as the light taken orb. After that, go ahead and talk to the slab, and at the very bottom under the rank rewards, there's going to be one that says Sumptuous Repass. You want to make sure you have that one unlocked. If you don't have it unlocked, it should say at what rank it will unlock. It should be between ranks 10 and 12. Now what does that mean? You're gonna have to reputation farm, and I do actually have a guide on that to quickly rank you up. So if you're wondering, my guide is right here. I will also be linking it down into the description. This guide shows you 2 different strats on how to quickly farm the reputation. And I highly recommend you do the first strat, which involves the nether and the material. I did figure out a brand new strat for you to farm your reputation very fast. So make sure you go to the slab, and underneath the runic enhancement, make sure you have the Essentia rune active. The Essentia rune basically means you retain a small portion of metasized Essentia on activity failure. What that means is you're gonna launch the nether, you're gonna go find 2 of the metasized materials, and then you can just go back to orbit, and because that counts as a failure, you get to keep one of the materials, but the game does delete the second one. But with that, you can run it 10 different times, and then you can go back to the slab, and on the left side of Ares' apartment is this little structure thing that you can talk to and turn in 10 of those materials, which in return will give you over 200 reputation. If you already have it unlocked, make sure to claim it and you're good to go. The Sumptuous Repass means consuming a sigil stone will clear all stacks of suffocating terror, increasing damage dealt. Now, whatever activity you're doing, as soon as you see this orb drop from an enemy, consume it, and whatever you're about to use next, weapons or super, will do double the amount of damage that it normally does. But keep in mind that this buff only lasts for 12 seconds, so as soon as you pick it up, for the next 12 seconds you have that extra buff. I did some damage testing on the ogre in the grasp dungeon. Now bear with me, this might be a little scuffed, but I wanted to show you the gigantic difference that this buff does to your damage. Here you can see me consume the buff without any well or tether. I shoot the boss with my goldie gun, then switch over to Queensbreaker where I'll be doing 64,000 damage. But as the buff timer goes down to 0 after those 12 seconds, you can see that I now only do 32,000 damage. Now let's look at what the damage looks like with tether, well, and all kinds of buffs. I consumed the orb, pop radiant, pop prismatic, my teammates are popping well and tether, where I'm going to then shoot my goldie gun and then go all out with Queensbreaker, and as you can see, I'm doing 133,000 damage per shot. As you can see, my total damage is over 4 million.